Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. This is Denise, I'm Denise, and this reading is for Sunday, January 17th, 2021. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles reversed, and for our theme we have the Nine of Cups reversed. Oh goodness, and the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, so with the theme of being the Nine of Cups reversed, I get the feeling this has a bit to do with giving up on your dreams, feeling a little, like, what's the use? It sometimes is the card, though, of having problems with walking away from things that no longer serve you. It can have to do with possibly, because the Cups cards, and we have two of them here for this day, they often have to do with relationships. So it may very well be that for some of you, you're having a little trouble like walking away from relationships that don't serve your best interests, and maybe don't encourage you, don't hold you in the place where you need to be held in order for your creative self-expression to come through, and especially for your intuition to flow. So the clues to this lack of fulfillment here, they can have to do with because we have the Pentacles here, the King of Pentacles. It can have to do with creating, the right financial opportunities for yourself. Feeling a little impoverished, maybe a little like in a state of some type of lack, emotional fulfillment in your work. Now, other times this card can have to do with overeating and overdrinking, or any other type of, numbing out, any other type of like self-medication, and sometimes tummy problems, right? From overdoing, overextending. Sometimes overexerting and overextending yourself in relationships, especially with those types of people that like hold the purse strings, or who have the have the control on all the financial well-being for the family or for yourself. On another level, it could be that there's a lack of emotional fulfillment because there's too much emphasis put on money. This could be, like holding too tight. And this could be someone in your life that prefers or cares more about money than they do you and the rest of the family. So this can be really challenging if that's the case. And especially combined with the Queen of Cups, because she's all about, when she's straight up, she's all about emotional integrity and honoring all that is sacred. But when she's reversed, this can be somebody who's a little narcissistic and, manipulative, maybe even, more than self-indulgent, but an outright sociopath. She can be a real problem. This can be someone who's ruthless with money, power, resources, just to get to her, honor like her inner agenda. And just, a real reverse, she can be a drama queen. So, if there are people in your life like that, you really have to, the task is to turn this card straight up, would be to honor your own treasure of creative self-expression inside of you, and know that that is what will bring you to your fulfillment. And that's really the only way to get there. Because, the Nine of Cups reversed is all about success and abundance and getting your wishes fulfilled. But when it's reversed, we're in that realm of, just maybe even besides addictions and financial loss, with this type of combo here, maybe it's just something that's really unrealistic, with these types of people. And it can also be, the lesson here can be about, how greed just doesn't work. And that's because on a spiritual level, greed comes from a belief in lack. When you have to hold on to something too tight, and this may be relationships, like this could be an unhealthy dad and an unhealthy mom that's in your life that maybe you're trying to maybe even take care of if you're older and you're taking care of them and they're manipulating you and they're just stuck in the past where they think that it's all about money. And then here you are trying to do your best, and it's really challenging to walk away from people like that, when, especially like maybe if they're dependent on you at this point in their lives. That may very well be the possibility. So if that's the case, the way to turn things right side up would be to just focus on what it is that you want to create in your life, to really go towards your goals, and to trust your intuition, because it's really your own intuition, your own psychic connection to the flow of life that gets you in that perfect timing to where you know how to create a very resourceful, sustainable life. Because the King of Pentacles straight up is all about sustainability. But when he's reversed, it's instability. It's someone who's very controlling and maybe even very jealous. This can be like a corrupted type of a person. Let's say it's a corrupted person who plays emotional games with you and manipulates you, and has you feeling like just you're at a loss. And from this, it's like, just know that their controlling is the only control. Well, their emotional manipulation is really the only control they have over you. And you just have to free yourself. And that doesn't mean that, if you have, charge over them to take care of them, right? It's very possible. This could be both parents or one parent. But when there's emotional manipulation, just, don't take it personally. Never take it personally when someone's, either manipulating or lying, and especially, an elderly person. You just have to say, okay, well, yes, thank you for sharing, or just ignore their emotional manipulation. Just let it go. But to spend much, 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 much more time focusing on your dreams, your wishes, your goals, and honoring your gifts inside that you want to release, and maybe pulling back on how much time you spend with them. Especially, like, let's say if they're calling you in the middle of the night, or let's say if they're obsessively calling you during the day and making demands on your time and making demands on your emotional attention that you give to them. You have to set boundaries. Boundaries are just, they're the key to everything. Because without honoring our healthy boundaries, we will never have the time and the energy to get there, to get where we want to go. We'll never have our time and energy to get to this place. So, you know how I work, you guys, as far as reversals go. So let's bring in a little tiny bit of, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I think I have enough room here. So reversed King of Pentacles would bring us to the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see if we can get a little more lesson here. Actually, let's do it this way. Well, or maybe, how about this? There we go. And then, because if you're new to my channel, the way I work with reversals often is to go to the card previously connected to it and see what the lesson is there. Like, what have we missed, you know? Because moving forward in the process of development and evolution, we would look to the previous card. Yeah, this will work better. Okay. And so for the Queen of Cups, we would go to the Page of Cups, which is right here. Okay. So now I'm going to dive into more about just what it is, what it could be personally for you, and kind of try to leave out the other people who may or may not be involved with you. Because when it comes to creating the life that you want, it always comes back to us. You know, it's our own personal self-responsibility is the thing that matters. So to go from the King of Pentacles reverse, we go back, of course, to the Queen of Pentacles. And she is all about receiving you know, a stable life, a resourceful life, a sustainable life. She's very motherly and nurturing and caring. So you have to, this is a place where to get to the Nine of Cups straight up, you're going to want to reparent yourself, nurture yourself in a completely new way. Focus on what it is that you want. And let go of anyone else's control and pull over you. You know, minimize it as much as you possibly can. If this is a parent that you're responsible for, or a controlling partner of any type, minimize your connection with them. And I say that because with the Nine of Cups reversed, often this is the card, you know, to go to the previous card, of course, is the Eight of Cups, which is, this is about taking self-responsibility. And sometimes it's a literal walking away from relationships that no longer serve your purpose. But now sometimes we can't walk away because either it doesn't behoove us financially, and maybe the lesson is to, you know, take a stand and stand up for yourself, or we just can't at this time in our lives, you know, like literally physically walk away because maybe we're responsible for them, because maybe they are our elderly parents, you know, or a child, or, you know, someone, or even a friend that you've committed to, you know, helping through a challenging situation. But what you can do is take self-responsibility for what you want to create. Like I said, minimize it, minimize the connection, and just move in the direction that you want, because the eights are all about some type of power. This is emotional power. This is the power of your, not your emotional reactions, but the power of your real feelings. Now, an emotional reaction in this type of situation would submit. You don't want to do that. You want to stay responsible for your own well-being and self-care, and not fall into the trap of being manipulated. And so to go before the Queen of Cups, of course, is the Page of Cups. And this is all about sometimes being offered something. So this is where to be manipulated first, they kind of have to offer you something, or there's a hook, you know. And there's a fish in this cup. Like, is this a stinky cup of something? You know, who wants a stinky fish? Like, but I think the artwork is to honor that this could be any water sign. And with the pages, it's always earth and water. So all the pages are earth and then the element. Now, earth means an actual physical, tangible, offer of the heart, or of, wanting something. So these two, these are lessons here. Are you going to take the bait? Literally. Are you going to take the bait? Or are you going to, be hooked into a pattern of emotional manipulation, which would put you in the place with all of these cards? It would put you in the place of, you're either going to get aggressive and be a little too rough with them, or you're going to, if it's an emotional reaction. Now, I'm not talking about coming from your real feelings. And emotional work means that we clear out the emotional reactions, and then we're working from our pure feelings, or purified as you go along, to the place where your feelings flow and you know which way to go in any given situation at any time in your life. And one decision one time can be right, and another one, it'll change, as you move along. It's not always the same. So you're either going to get aggressive, or you're going to get submissive, or you're going to withdraw if it's an emotional reaction. But if it's not an emotional reaction and you're flowing with your feelings, you'll know to not take the bait, because your feelings, your sensitivity, the sensitivity that comes through with this card will come in and say, uh-oh, I sense there could be a hook here. I sense there could be some bait here, and I don't really want to take that line, hook, line, and sinker. So to walk away. To reel yourself back in. And especially, like I said, when it comes to a family member you're caring for, where you can't literally go into withdrawal, you can set healthy boundaries. You can say no. Or you can not, not answer the phone. And you can turn off your notifications at night at a certain time. You can program your phone so that it doesn't, if it's a cell phone, you can program it so that it doesn't, wake you up. And the other thing you can do is, if it's a landline, you can literally unplug the sucker so that you can get a good night's sleep. Right? So I think that's it as far as that goes. On another quick little level, we can always turn everything right side up. This could have just been a lesson in reversals, and if that's the case, I want to, also dive into right side up quickly, which means, to follow your passion, follow your creative, honor your gifts deep down inside, and create sustainability. Think for the long-term future, to think, long time ahead, and align with that. Align your creative gifts with what you want to see in the future for yourself. And then to honor all the feelings that come through. Honor all the real feelings that come through. Don't get caught up in any emotional undertow. And don't take anything personally, just to let it go when things do come through that could take you away from your experience of bliss that you want to have. And you'll tell, your body will tell you, your power, the power that comes through you will tell you whether or not you're headed in the right direction. Because if you're not going in the right direction, you won't feel any life force moving through you. You'll just feel tons and tons of dread, and then you have to emotionally get inside of what is that, or why do I feel weak or dreadful, or what's, when you do that, when you get inside of what the feelings are, it'll help clear them out. And if that's something you need help with, I do personal process sessions. That's my favorite thing in life to do. And you can, in the bottom of every video, I have the description area with links to my website and how to book an appointment. So that's there for you if you like. Okay, well, that's it for this Sunday, the 17th. And meanwhile, take good care. I'll be back soon for Mondays. Okay, bye.